Hey, folks, figure I'll give this a shot. So, this is Cameron, and this is a horrific review. Today, we'll be talking about, spoiler if anybody was watching my last unboxing. We'll be talking about worst laid plans from Horrorpack number 79. So, this is a book adaptation. Um, Sorry, I think I'm having issues with the audio. You guys will have to let me know if this is coming across weird. For some reason, StreamYard's been giving me issues lately. But yeah, so it's a horror anthology based on a book from Grindhouse Publishing, I believe it was. So it's instead of being 5 tales, it's based on 3 tales. So I'll just give you a real quick run through. The first one, Deep in the Heart, it's a family, son's deciding to play hooky from school. He's finding himself. Later, it's revealed that he just is fucking done with school because, why wouldn't you be done with school? And anyways, they're trying to reconnect. And since he's a geology major, mother's like, hey, let's go check out this cave here in Texas, I believe. So it's, of course, there's a lot of tension. Dad hates the son because he's a college dropout and a closet homosexual. And of course, dad is a gun carrying, small PP American. He's a lot of fun. And mom, of course, is the glue that's trying to keep them together. And obviously, the tension between all of them, it's about what you would expect. So when they go into the cave, the ecosystem is, it's a fucking cave. So, of course, there's fish that have adapted to the area. And that's where the horror begins. Sorry, I don't know why I got those in still. But yeah, so the main protagonist, I should have my notes pulled up, but I don't. I forget his name. Anyways, him and the tour guide, they have a little thing going on, and it gets a little bit crazier when he wanders off on his own. Tour guide comes up and is like, hey, man, we thought you were lost. And he's like, hey, sorry. And then, of course, the tour guide, who is very homosexual, is like, hey, man, I know you're gay. Is that why dad hates you? And he's like, I'm not out, but yeah, that's pretty much why dad hates me. He's like, okay, cool. Well, let's go this way. So we're really dumb. I don't feel like he needed it. He kind of understood that he's probably not what his dad wants him to be. But so they get back together, and the tour guide is trying to explain, it's fucking scary in the dark. Everybody's scared of it, blah, blah, blah. Let's check it out. I've got a birthday candle, because that's apparently the test for how dark something is, I guess. And, skipping something. So he shows off some catfish that are down there, and none of them have eyes. And the thing is, like, if anybody's been to any sort of caves where there is an ecosystem, like that's pretty much the shtick. Like, there's different animals there that are used to darkness, so they don't see. But yeah, so that's the scary part, is those fish. And as soon as the light goes out, the big roaring that the main protagonist has heard finally gets really, really close and attacks somebody. And then, of course, dad, who's wielding a gun in a fucking cave because it's a tourist vacation. So, of course, like, obviously, if you're on a tour, you pack a gun. Ends up popping the tour guide and gets in trouble for that. But as soon as lights come back on, big reveal, giant fucking catfish. And I will say, this is probably my favorite part of the whole movie, was seeing that catfish. It was great, covered in plenty of ultra slime, which little tip for people out there: if you're making a movie, you don't know what you're doing, throw lube on it, whether it's ultra slime or like actual just like KY or something. So much more effective, just gives it that oomph of realness. So yeah, that was really well done. People, the girl that they're hanging out with, she gets her arm eaten off, and just, of course, everything goes crazy. The fish ends up getting beaten to death with a flashlight. They get out, dad gets in trouble, mom and son connect, and it's a happy ending, I guess, because fuck dad, he's getting arrested. So that's the last of the interesting ones. The next one, it's called You Have Been Saved. It was meh. Like, 2 friends are trying to reconnect. over it's like a bachelor party or some shit. I don't remember. Basically, they're gonna get fucked up, go to Atlantic City, get fucked up there, and that's them getting back together because they haven't hung out presumably in a while. Um, Captain Conover, he fucking lame as shit. All he does is drink and bitch and takes a picture of his dick. He's pretty much a useless character. But then the other guy, the main protagonist, again, I should have notes pulled up. I'm sorry, guys. He sucked. He was just a Jesus guy, pretty boring. And when they're out to dinner, some scared little girl passes him a note because there's some conflict going on with her and the person that she's hanging out with. And the dude's got his big ass cross on his chest, so she's like, oh, obviously this guy's gonna be safe and he's gonna help me. Well, pass him a note. It's Psalms like 82:4 or something. I don't remember exactly, but basically it's like, hey, help me. This is me saying help me. And they end up fucking off to their RV, and then after they fuck off, then the two friends fuck off, and Captain Conover ends up passing out, so fucking homeboy ends up following the RV, and yeah, they end up there. He's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go check this out since Captain Conover. God, I don't know why that's so hard to say. He's passed out in their fucking hotel because apparently they were gonna kill like a 30-pack of beer, and I will say that guy's got some tolerance, like to be able to walk after killing that much beer like that. I think I can hold it together, but not that well. So anyways, he decides, hey, you know what? I'm a black guy in the middle of, I'm assuming, nowhere. I'm going to go ahead and break into something because I'm not going to get shot that way. Yeah, little spoiler for people not in America. That's how you get shot. So he breaks into the RV trying to find this girl and can't find her. Hears her freaking out. Was like, oh God, well, I need to go walk around. Starts looking through this RV, and it's a fucking RV. There's not that much room. But he takes his sweet ass time. Finds like random body parts in bags. It's more so like skin, not actual body parts. And then there's a casket in the back, and it's covered. And he opens it. No, a mannequin falls out, and there's a walkie-talkie with the girl crying for help. Turns out they're aliens, and he's going to be their next victim for their next suit. No, that's it. Yeah. Last one, it wasn't that good. I'll be honest. Like, I like really bad movies. Colin can attest to that. Like, if it's schlocky, if it's cheap, like, I'm probably a sucker for it. But this one, I felt like they were trying to be too artistic for what they could accomplish. Taylor Family Vacation 93. And part of the shtick is that it's all on a VHS recorder. So dad's carrying around a camcorder, VHS tape in it, and he's just filming shit. And he keeps talking to his son, which, something's kind of off because he sees the son. Wife doesn't really interact with the son. But, I mean, it's, you figure that out later. And he's trying to figure out why his camera keeps disappearing and why there's parts missing and just what the fuck's going on. And of course there's some random guy, and they're in Florida, so it's already a weird dynamic because fucking Florida. But anyways, so there's a strange guy at the hotel they're staying at, and he's thinking, oh man, this guy's like breaking in and fucking with me. He's doing everything in his power to try to figure out what's going on. He's following the guy around, and I'll be honest, like, I don't give a shit what people do, but if I'm taking a piss and somebody pulls out a camera and starts filming me, I'm probably going to get ignorant. So the fact that guy didn't punch him in the face, especially being in the early 90s, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, so he gets back, he's freaking out. His wife's like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This guy's following me. I don't know what to do. So he sets up his camera. He sits in front of the adjoining room, which in some hotels, like, I don't know if everybody knows this, but they will have doors in between the rooms. Just, like, say that you get two different rooms, but it's a family, they can open that and go in between versus having to go out in the hallway and shit. So presumably that's what's going on, is he's trying to protect him, that door from opening, because the other guy's on the other side. Well, it comes out that the tape that he was recording on, the wife's like, I thought you got a fresh tape. And he's like, well, I thought it was too. Rewinds it enough, goes back, sees the vacation where I guess his son died. From my understanding, they were at a beach. Son fucked off into the ocean, drowned, and husband's like, oh no, I was filming and now he's gone. So basically it's a ghost story. It wasn't good. I wasn't a fan of it. All in all, wasn't bad. I've seen much worse. If I had to give a rating system, like, I'd give it a 1 out of 4. That's not, well, I'd give it a 2 out of 4 just because of the catfish. Catfish was pretty fucking cool. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. It's definitely worthwhile. It's something that I would definitely recommend watching with people. I mean, most movies you should watch with people. The interaction you get between the people that you're next to, it can change the experience. Will I watch this again? Probably not. But it's worth checking out. So yeah, that should be it. Just remember, keep it creepy and keep it horrific.